Now it is time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here on a beautiful Thursday morning. We welcome you to Coleman and Company, and we're happy to be on the air for Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. They are the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat. And our usual two are with us this morning. Paul Tubbs, General Manager, good morning.
Good morning.
Ronnie Kelly in Sales, good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. It is a beautiful morning, isn't it?
It is, and we had a great day yesterday. Sold several new vehicles. We've gone to invoice pricing on all of our new vehicles, so we actually sold, I think, 5 or 6 new vehicles yesterday. So that was
a good day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is, and we've got some great deals going on. Ford, got some rebates and different things, but we've got a great selection of inventory. We've got a really good selection of Super Duties. Anybody's looking for a good diesel work truck, we've got a lot of them. Broncos, got a couple of Raptor Broncos in the showroom, so moving right along, getting everything in shape.
And Ronnie, how are things with you? I hope you sold at least one of those.
Well, I didn't get any of those on yesterday, but I'm hoping to get one today. So that's what it's all about. Sometimes it don't work out that day, but I think it's going to work today.
You've got a deal going every day, haven't you?
I try to have one going every day, and I had some people that came in yesterday, but they didn't show, but I think they'll be there today.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Still loving that F-150.
Yeah, the F-150, and we got each day, I go over the lot, I drive over it with the golf cart 4 or 5 times, because we got so much inventory, it's kind of hard to keep up with. And it comes in every day. We get a new truck in every day for a truck carrier come in, and it might come, we might get 2 a day. So I'm always out there looking and seeing what's coming in. We got a lot of inventory.
Well, you've been doing this for 37 years.
37 years.
I don't think you're planning to quit anytime soon.
I don't have no plans right now to do any quitting, because everything is looking real good.
And Paul has been there for 24 years, according to my notes. Is that right? Or is it
I think it's like closer to 25. I think right about this time I started, so about 25.
Yeah. But it's been 25 good years for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I enjoy what I do. It's fun. I started out in parts for Tony. I was actually started out at sweeping floors, but then I come to when I moved to Lebanon, or I started working in Lebanon, I was just a parts counter person. Then I went to parts manager. Then I was service manager. Then I was parts and service director, and now I'm general manager. So it's worked out great. It's been fun.
Well, no doubt it has, and you have earned Tony's trust, and he's earned yours. I mean, y'all are a pretty good team, aren't you?
Yeah, he's a good man to work for. He's honest as the day is long. He wants to always do what's right. He wants to take care of the community, and that means a lot. When you wake up every day and you're going to go in there and you're going to try to do what's right, treat people fair, and run a good business. That's what we're all about. We're a good family. There's several people that works at, we all used to be Birch at Ford, and all of us, even Tommy Shorter, who sold there for years, is back over there selling. He kind of semi-retired, and then he came back out of retirement, so he's back over there. You got Tammy in the office that's been there for about the same time as me. I got 4 or 5 technicians been there 30-plus years, Ronnie, myself. So Tony, there's a lot of us that's been there and there's several people that's probably been there between 15 and 20. So, you got a really, like a little family of people, and everybody tries to do the right thing, and that means a lot to me.
Well, Ronnie, I bet you could tell some stories about Tommy.
We can tell some stories about Tommy and Paul, too. Now, one thing about Paul was, when he was in parts, you could ask about a part, and he could remember those numbers, and when he got out of parts, and you could still ask him something, he said, "What are you looking for?" He said, "That's part number so-and-so, so-and-so." And he can go back there and get it and walk right out there. And that's a great memory,
Well, we always talk about tires, batteries, and oil changes because service is a lot of what you do.
Yeah, we're doing a great job on tires. Ford's got some really good deals. Ford will meet or beat anybody's price. We're putting several sets of tires on. I got a Bronco and putting a set of tires on this morning. We did several sets yesterday. We did a dually, 6 tires on a dually. We've done several customers, and it doesn't just have to be a Ford vehicle. We put them on all kinds of different makes and models, and a lot of these tires, even if it's a non-Ford, it has rebates up to, some of them have up to $100 back on rebates. And then our oil changes, we do the normal oil change for $39.95. That's a semi-synthetic blend oil change. up to 5 quarts plus taxes and disposal. We do the works, which is oil change and a tire rotation. Same thing, some synthetic blended oil for $59.95 up to 5 quarts plus taxes and disposal. And then we always batteries right now. We're selling a lot of batteries. Batteries $179.95 on most vehicles, and then they got a 3-year free replacement warranty. Plus they got a 100-month proration, which is probably the best warranty in the market.
Right, and then last but not least, maybe the fact that you can have somebody come and pick up your vehicle and take care of it.
That's a huge service. We're actually looking to expand that now. We're looking to hire another driver because we're getting so much of that business, and it's a requirement from Ford to do 10% of your business being mobile service or pickup and delivery. And, that's where the Ford Commitment Program and part of being a Ford dealer comes into fact. We're sending people out constantly to get people's vehicles, so it's a very convenient thing. I had several neighbors, several friends, several people from the country club and stuff call me like, really? And I had Ricky Martin, used to be the principal over at Watertown, I think. He called. I seen him at a friend's business the other day, and he said, I'm going to bring my car in to get it serviced tomorrow. I said, well, why don't you let us come get it? So we went and picked it up, did a service, took it right back to him. So, a lot of people in the community are taking advantage of that. And you got things you want to do at home. You don't have to worry about taking your car in to get service. We'll come get it, service it, call. You can pay over the phone, bring it right back to you.
All right, that's all great. And we're about out of time, but Ronnie, we always give you the last word. Great day to buy a Ford, right?
Great day to buy a Ford. And on service, I know Paul talked about service a lot, but I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people come to us for service because they go to other places and it take a while to get in and get an oil change. Some places are 2 months out, and we're getting a lot of customers coming in. By us getting customers coming in for service, that help us in sales also.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Paul Tubbs, General Manager, Ronnie Kelly in sales at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road in Lebanon, Tennessee, the dealer that'll trade for anything you don't eat. 10 and a half after the hour, I've asked Fire Chief Jason Baird to be my guest this morning. I try to have him when I can, once a month. He's one of the guests we really enjoy having to come out and tell us about the fire department and other things. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
But things have changed over the years in a lot of ways, and I wonder sometimes if anything has changed much more than the fire department has changed, because we're talking about maybe 50 years ago, you just fought fires, and you had maybe one or two places in town and fire stations I'm talking about, a main one and maybe another one, but everything changes over the years, and you are busy plus busy now.
We are, and it's funny you mentioned that. I've got a bunch of firefighters that's going to wake up sore this morning. They've spent 2 days. I've got about 30 members or so that's been right there off I-40 below the dam doing swift water training for the last 2 days. We've got about 30 of our employees that went through that. We did a joint training exercise with Mount Juliet Fire and Wilson County EMA, and they have a big time. It's enjoyable to see our three departments, our personnel work together, and I wish that we could capture how much time our firefighters spend preparing for every single type of emergency. They basically have been in the water for 2 days, so not only are they sore, but I imagine the wives and the spouses and the family members in the house are tired of hearing them about their aches and pains right now. But yeah, they have a good time. They spend a lot of time preparing, and Swiftwater has been a big effort for us as far as our department goes. We've had a lot of Swiftwater rescues in this town, in our community. And
we have maybe due to flooding situations.
It is. Yeah, it's due to flooding, and this in our community has gotten better, but it can happen so quick. And we've got a lot of resources and a lot of time. Every single firefighter I have goes to Swiftwater training. Every single one of them, and that's basically 2 weekends. It's a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday, and then they go back again for another Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they spend the whole time on the water. Believe it or not, there is a strategic way to swim and to do rescues and even throw in ropes from the bank. Some guys are better in the water than others, and we find in a Swiftwater rescue there's plenty of different activities they can be part of that makes them just as beneficial as it would if they were in the water.
Well, that's all interesting, and I hadn't even thought about it. And your location there, right below the dam. That's a perfect place.
It is. We call them, and they generate for us, and they give us several hours of good swift water. And the first day went really well. Yesterday went really well, and my guys come back, smiling. And of course, the first two things I asked was anybody hurt and what did we tear up? And from a financial perspective, from a budget, no one got hurt, no one tore anything up. So it was a fantastic 2 days of training for us.
Well, you do have your priorities in order there.
I do.
Anybody getting hurt, but you got to watch the money angle too, haven't you?
Yep. And it's easy to do that if you're familiar with that area. There's a lot of big rocks and stuff in that area, but they've done a great job, and it is, it's essential that we work together as a group, as one department in Wilson County. There's no line between Mount Juliet and Wilson EMA. We all work together, and it's easy for us to get in a room and talk strategy is from the perspective of a chief's angle of it. But when you talk about where the rubber meets the road, it's those people that have to seamlessly work together to affect the rescue and things like that. And it's a great atmosphere, and that's what, if I could capture our people when they're training, how happy they are, and the hours, even if they're not physically training, they're in a book or they're reading and studying and perfecting their skill set. And so I'm thankful for that, because I've kind of like an old dog. I've got to where I've learned probably about as much as I'm going to learn, and I'm going to get by with that. But they're always learning new techniques. It's like the fire service. You talked about how it's changed. Used to, we didn't fight fire from inside. Then when I came on, probably 5 years after, we started fighting interior firefighting. And now, because of what's inside homes now, we do a little outside firefighting first, just to cool the atmosphere inside the house, and then we go interior firefighting. And from that perspective, the studies show that you used to have about 7 seconds from the beginning of a fire to get out of the room you're in and get out of the house. That is closed to 2 seconds because of the plastics. Everything in your home is petroleum based, so it's actually fuel. It has a really high ignition temperature, so it takes a lot of heat to ignite. But everything in your home is based out of a petroleum product now, some sort of plastic, and that changes the fire, not only from the speed of how fast it'll grow, but the temperature is extreme. And so we've learned the new curriculum is now knock it down and then go interior firefighting. So it's funny. I've been at the fire department for 36 years, and watching this curriculum go back and forth, and what's been best has been for an old guy, for some of my older guys in the training, which in the department, a lot of my old guys have retired. And once you get 30 years in this career, it's so physically demanding and things like that. They if they can retire, normally they do after that mark. But it's been interesting to watch their curriculum from afar just change, and a lot of times different words mean the same thing. So I can get in front of my people, and I know when I walk away, they say, "Man, he's just old school," and but it all means the same thing. And the funny thing about fire is it's as simple as this: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove one of the three, and it goes out.
Yeah,
that's how simple it really is.
Fire Chief Jason Baird's with us. Time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's check back in with Commander Chuck and on-time traffic, see what's happening out there on the roadways. Traffic brought to you by Bates Ford, located at 1673 West Main Street. They got the works vehicle checkup going on for you. Tire rotation, safety check, 5 quarts of oil plus disposal, all for $59.95. And you can give them a call at 444-8221. And here's Commander Chuck.
Good morning. It's still pretty heavy right now as we check it out live over here on 40 going eastbound, trying to make your way through Kingston Springs this morning. Actually, it looks like they crashed just before you get into Kingston Springs there on 40 going eastbound. Keep that in mind as you come up out of Dixon County towards Kingston Springs. Traffic's on the increase even more now on 65 south over here at Trinity Lane. It's loading up pretty good on 24 westbound. Coming out of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, passing 840. Prince's Hot Chicken now has new items on a brand new menu. Check them out today at Prince Lawrence's HotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
A.G. & Johnson is your experienced real estate and auction company, specializing in residential, commercial, and personal property auctions. Did you know that auctions are a fast and efficient way to sell your property? Auctions reduce time on the market and have an exact selling date. Call us for an in-home consultation today at 615-444-0909. A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main Street in Lebanon, or find us online at agandjohnson.com. Voted best auction company in Wilson County.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. And if you just turned our way, I want you to know that Jason Baird, our Lebanon Fire Chief, is here this morning. Love to have Mr. Baird here because he tells a lot of good stories. And I've found out so much more about the fire department since you've been coming out here. Of course, as we look to calendar, we know we're approaching the end of April here, and the fiscal year ends in June. You've got to think about your budget, and I'm sure you already have done this. How far along are you in the budget process for the next fiscal year?
I've had my first meeting with the mayor and the financial commissioner, and then I go before the city council Monday afternoon. So, this time of year is exciting for us. It's a way to look forward to the future and prepare for, and we get new stuff, new equipment, possibly new personnel, and that's exciting because it allows us to, what happens in these settings, like the new fiscal year will allow me to provide a new service in the 109 area. I'll be able to put in service a new piece of equipment that will speed up our response from medical responses. And that's exciting for our people. And any time I hire new personnel, I can't begin to explain how invigorating it is to my workforce. They absolutely love training, and when they can get new people to come in, I hire uncertified people, so they're basically a blank sheet of paper, and they're lucky if they even get to sleep because our people the whole time are wanting to train, and to get them in there and they get to teach them their skill set that they've learned through the years, and that's honestly the best training you can get. We're measured by what's learned in a book and a test and those type things, but the guys that have failed, that have come back and can explain to you why you don't do it a certain way, that's the best education they can get. And but we get new recruits in. It's a fun time, and we're going to get some new equipment, lots of new equipment, I hope, new extrication tools. We're going to get a mini pumper. We've never had a mini pumper in the city of Lebanon. It's basically a little smaller fire engine on a regular pickup chassis. But there's a lot of places, especially down west in Five Oaks, Nicholas Drive, Bethlehem Road, Waters Hill, and a lot of areas that I have difficulty getting a fire engine to at times. And this will allow us to be able to get this fire engine in there. And the capability of it is not much less than an actual fire engine. It can pump almost as much water as an actual fire engine can. So that's exciting. I won't have it staffed yet, but it's going to be, if the call type calls for that type of piece of equipment, our people will not get on the fire engine. They'll get on this piece of equipment, and then they'll respond in it. So that's exciting. It opens up a whole new area.
Sitting here hoping it doesn't cost as much as one of those big fire engines.
It does not. It's a huge cost savings. I'll probably have, by the time everything's done in it, and this number is going to sound crazy, but it's going to be close to $400,000, honestly. My fire engines live basically within frontline service for 15 years. And then I get 5 years of reserve status for them. So I've got a new one in right now in the budget. Hopefully it's going to pass through. It's a 2-year build-out time on it. And I've got one already ordered. I've had ordered for 2 years, and I won't see it until 2026 in March. So it's taken a long time. But those things, the one across from the post office that has the ladder on it, that replacement piece of equipment, when we bought it, it was around $600,000, close to $700,000. Right now, the price on it is $1.5 million, and it is absolutely
That's over doubled.
It has, and a price increase every quarter, and it's almost like you just want to sit back and see how this is going to end up. I don't see how it can continue with this pace, and it's not so much as they can't find a product, they can't find workers, and it has slowed everything down. But it's, we're excited about that, and getting that new piece of equipment and getting it in, because you can imagine if we have a fire engine in service for 20 years, the technology that's changed from the purchase of that fire engine is amazing.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The city of Lebanon has always let us buy the very best piece of equipment we can buy. And when you see our fire engines going up and down the road, I hope the mayors and the council members that's been before that was in the process of allowing us to purchase these types of fire engines understand how that affects what we're capable of doing as a firefighter. And we have really, really nice equipment. And I don't have a single person that could ever come through the fire department in the city of Lebanon and say that we didn't have the best gear, personal gear, the best fire engines and best fire trucks and all those things. So we're very, very thankful for that.
What about personnel? We're a growing area. We've talked about this before, and I know you added some not too long ago. When are we going to add some more?
It looks like, and see what's when you look at the fire department, we work shifts of 24-48. So the mayor asked that we be very conservative this year, and we have done so. I've made some serious cuts in my everyday budget. And he said that budget for one person. Well, I have 3 shifts, so one person for me is like 3. And that's hard sometimes for people to understand. But if I have like a shift of 28 people, and the next day I have 27 on each shift, the shift that has 28 people may allow them to run a different piece of equipment. And so with that being said, I have to contact dispatch and say, hey, on this day, this piece of equipment is available for tone out or available for call, but the next 2 days it's not. So if we can stay equal across the board, one on each shift, it helps us stay uniform where there's no confusion. So it looks like we're going to get possibly 3 people, 1 per shift. Mm-hmm. So that will take us to every day there's 28 people scheduled to work at the Lebanon Fire Department in suppression. So we allow 4 people off. So we never get below 24 people on shift to handle all the emergencies in the city of Lebanon. That's kind of where we're at.
There are times I'm guessing that you do have to call people in. I mean, maybe it's rare, but you have a real emergency.
It's a lot more common than you would think. It's like the last 2 days that we've been doing the water training. I have to try to backfill some of those positions. We don't get this opportunity very often, so I have to take advantage of it, and I have to try to put as many people in that training as I can because it may only happen once a year. So I have to backfill those positions in our department, and so there is some overtime in that perspective. But all in all, it's not bad. Back in the last summer, we burnt 5 houses, and I had a lot of overtime in that area, but you can't imagine the training they received in those days that we were burning those houses. Live fire training is a thing of the past, just because of the liability of it, because we're so densely populated, the complaining of the smoke and things like that. So we were able to burn 5 houses last year, and it was absolutely amazing for our people. And you can see it. You see it the next day. When that next call comes in, you can hear it on the radio, the things they're thinking, the mindset, so you don't get complacent. And when we burnt those 5 houses, that's huge for us, and we're very thankful to be able to do that.
Well, as far as another fire station, I know we've talked about that, and that is in the back of your mind, say the least.
It's in the front of my mind. It may be in the back of some other ones, but no, it's looking like we know where the piece of property is. The city owns the piece of property. We've put the footprint of the building on paper on the piece of property. And the mayor is very open to discussion of it, and the council, I'm sure, will be supporting of it. It's just a matter of timing, and but I'm excited about that. It's at a point of need right now. So I would say, next year, next fiscal year, I'm going to make a huge push for it, and hopefully I'll be allowed to build it, and because it'll take another couple of years to get it up and going, get the equipment for it and all those things. But it will be instrumental for the growth that we're experiencing right now at Hartman Drive and I-40.
And then when you get it, there will be some more personnel necessary, right?
Yes, that's exciting. That's exciting for us to add more personnel because it allows us, and we think about firefighters work 24 and 48. Our firefighters' families feel like our firefighters work 48 off 24 because when they work the 24-hour shift, when they come home, the grass don't start growing, the baby does not go, they can't feed itself. So that firefighter is exhausted after a 24-hour shift. So that's the unsung heroes of what we do in our service is the families that allow our firefighters to have that rest period that next day when they're off, and they have to pick up on the workload. And every time I get a family member in front of me of our firefighters, I thank them to the umpty for what they do for us, because without them, my firefighter, if he has a home that is having some marital problems or some financial problems or things like that, he's not the best employee at that point in time that I can receive. And so we have doubled down on helping prepare our employees, our firefighters, for their life outside the fire service, of how they need to work with their families, keep that family module together, and how they understand that the fire department's going to be here. We're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here next shift. You get days off for your mental health. That's what you get days off for. And new firefighters don't want to take a day off. I have to make them leave. And so we make sure that they understand that they take that day off and they spend it with their family. So they protect that aspect of what they're doing in the fire service.
Well, we've come to the end of our time. Jason, it's always good to have you. Thanks for your visit today.
Thank you so much.
Jason Baird, our Lebanon Fire Chief, and that's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more and hope you'll keep it right here, FM 98.9.
And now we are going to check back in with Commander Chuck and on-time traffic, see what we're doing out there on those roadways. And traffic brought to you by Absolute Kubota. And Absolute Kubota has a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus zero financing going on now through the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon. And you can call them at 615-449-6171. Here's Commander Chuck.
Good morning. They're working this accident in Brentwood and Williamson County, 65 northbound at Concord Road. It's really interrupting that traffic now between Moores Lane and Concord Road coming northbound and through that stretch of Williamson County. It's a crash in the eastbound lanes of 24 just before Briley Parkway. That's not slowing it down too much because it's already heavy 24 westbound coming through Antioch in right now from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. 24/7 reliable crane and rigging services right here in Middle Tennessee. Tomahawk Crane and Rigging. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford, and have I got some exciting news for you. Bates Ford's moved into our new location at 1780 Franklin Road. That's right, Bates Ford's at 1780 Franklin Road, just off Hartman Drive and Interstate 40. We've got a much larger selection of vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art double-sized service department, so come see us at 1780 Franklin Road. That's Bates Ford, 615-444-8221. Bates Ford, a dealer that'll trade for anything that don't eat.
Are you facing a challenging time that you need help navigating? Well, look no further than your local law firm of Kane & Crowell. At the offices of Kane & Crowell, we understand the complexities that come with family law matters. Whether you're going through a divorce, working through child custody or support matters, or needing a will or trust drafted to protect your family assets for future generations. Kane & Crowell, 615-784-4800. Your local leaders in family law matters.
As we go through the day today, increasing clouds at high nearing 74. Overnight, a slight chance of showers and storms after midnight, mostly cloudy, low down to 55. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm Stormy Clausen.
And we welcome you to part two of Coleman and Company. It's a Thursday. Thursdays at this time, we feature A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main in Lebanon. 444-0909's been that phone number for a long time, and you can find them at www.agandjohnson.com. Jay White's here. Jay, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And believe it or not, we've got Jim A.G. this morning. Jim, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Always a pleasure to have you when you can make it, because you're one of the originals who started it all. And Jay owns it now, but you still hang around.
That's right.
Well, you got some auctions to talk about, Jay.
We do, Coleman. Tonight, we're going over to, in Smith County, over in Gallatin, Tennessee, just right out of the city limits of Gallatin on Deshay Creek Road at 174 Deshay Creek. We've got a nice little building lot over there with a 4-bedroom perk on it. If you're interested in a nice building lot right out of the city limits of Gallatin in the Sumner County, come out and be with us at 6 o'clock. It's soil tested, septic approved, like we said, for a 4-bedroom house. There's no HOA out there. Deshay Creek's just a beautiful area, a lot of growth out in that area. Just a good place to be on the kind of on the east side of the Gallatin city limits. So come out tonight at 6. We'll be selling that. We'll start that sale at 6 tonight. And then Saturday morning, I'll let Jim talk about this one a little more, but on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., we're going out on Canesville Road. So, Jim, tell us about this one out on Canesville Road.
We'll be out at 8353 Canesville Road, selling a beautiful 126-acre farm. Be selling it in 6 tracts. They'll range in size from 5 to 50 acres. Just beautiful, gently rolling land. You have a combination of open fields, pretty wooded areas. Of course, utility water at the road, and all the tracts have been soils tested and septic approved. Tract number 6 has 6 40 acres. It's improved with a stately 2-story frame house, a good solid house, an excellent house for renovation. Hope everybody can come out and be with us Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Well, this your flyer here says 2,800 square feet. That's a pretty good size house.
It is,
and the picture is beautiful.
Oh, it's
really
in
is, and beautiful rolling land as you described.
A beautiful setting where that house is too. A lot of nice trees.
So that's pretty much it. The acreage, you're not selling anything else with that.
No personal property.
Okay,
just real estate.
Well, that is no doubt very desirable area, rural area that I bet it's going to do well.
I feel confident it will.
All right, you got another one?
We do, Coleman. On Saturday, May the 4th, we've got the opportunity to go right over the Smith County line in the Rome community, Smith-Wilson County line, and we're going to be selling 411 acres up there in 28 tracts. They're going to range from 1-acre lots all the way up to 80-plus acre tracts. I mean, this is a beautiful farm. It lays on the Round Lick Creek. If you're interested, I mean, and the Round Lick Creek flows right into the Cumberland River. We're right at the mouth of that. So if you want to come in through the Cumberland River, you can get up into this creek in a boat. It's just a beautiful tract of land. Beautiful building tracts. If you need an agricultural tract, or if you're just looking for a place, a tract of land for recreational purposes, there's something here for everybody. It's not very often you get an opportunity to sell this many acres this close to Wilson County or this close to Lebanon. It's a rare opportunity. It's just a beautiful tract of land. It is open for inspection daily. It is surveyed, septic approved. Everything's out there. So if you get the opportunity to drive out the next few days, if you want to ride out to the Rome community and take a look at this, it's just an excellent piece of property, and we look very forward to selling that on May the 4th.
411 acres. That's a big farm, and selling in 28 building tracts.
28 tracts.
All right. We try to remind everybody every week. I mean, everybody doesn't sell at auction. You don't have to, but it has worked for you very well. And Jim, you even before Jay came along, you've loved the auction sales, haven't you?
Well, Been in it about 49 years now.
And you're still a part of those, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. You love to get up there and do the auctioneer chant and get somebody all the money you can for their property.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, Jay, you're looking for more, of course. I know
true.
you get booked
we are.
up.
I mean, it is time. It is that time of year. The weather has turned and gotten a little prettier, so it is kind of a good time of the year to think about having an auction. If you are thinking about having an auction, please give us a call. We'd be glad to come out and talk with you about it. It takes a little time to get these ready. You just can't do them overnight. So, but if you're thinking about having a summer or fall auction, now's the time to start making preparations.
Well, in all honesty with you, and I mean, you put a lot into one of these. I mean, these flyers that you do, somebody has to draw them up and make the pictures and do all that, and they're very colorful and very good. And I think the rest of your auction, we could say the same thing about you. You've been at it a long time. You've drawn on the experience from Jim, no doubt, and others, but you love auctions and do them well, so why not?
That's right. Thank you, Coleman.
Well, Jim Agee, thanks for being with us. Good to see you. Jay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
See you all next week.
All righty.
Okay, Agee and Johnson Realty and Auction again, 728 West Main, and the phone number 615-444-0909. Well, I've asked Melanie Mentor to come and be with us this morning. She is here, the president, CEO of the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and we've got a lot to talk about, no doubt. So, good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. And who in the world you got with us this morning?
I have somebody I kind of like, so I wanted her to come with me today. But she has much better hair than I do.
What now?
She has much better hair than I do.
Oh.
Someone she kind of likes, but someone you like a lot.
Sarah Haston, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, I'm doing well. It's good to see you
Good
both.
to see you, too.
Well, I'm sure we've got a lot to talk about. We always do when you come, Melanie.
We always do. We have a lot to talk
The
about.
chamber has been a busy place for years, really, and it just seems like every year there's more going on and more to do, and you're busier and busier than ever.
We are, but
Yeah.
Sarah knows all about that. That's growth in Lebanon, growth throughout Wilson County, so it's something that we're going to see. I saw the other day, 2045, we may have over 250,000 people in Wilson County. I'm like, okay, we'll take it, I guess. We're working on it.
Well, there's I don't know how much competition there is between Lebanon and Mount Juliet, and I don't want to get into too much of that, but the population figures have come out, and we are, I believe, 4,511 people more populated than the city of Mount Juliet is.
That is correct.
So 45,000 and, I had it written down. 40, we're 44. We're 44,941. They are 40,430. So over 85,000 people in the cities of Lebanon and Mount Juliet. How
Isn't
about
that
that?
something?
Yeah.
When I started my position with the city in 2016, the official census was 24,000 in a little bit in Lebanon, and we were doing a special census at that time, and it took it to like 36.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's wild.
Well, it is. What do you want to focus
in
on?
Mayor Bell's State of the City, it's in Lebanon, it's 40 square foot miles and 26 over in Mount Juliet.
Yeah.
So he talked a lot about that, and that was, that's interesting too. So just to really think about how widespread we are in Lebanon, and then, Mount Juliet's more compact and over there, but
yeah. And I think the best way to really understand it when you say 40 square miles is Lebanon is the same size as Murfreesboro when you think about square miles. But think about how many more people Murfreesboro has. And that's that density issue that comes up quite a bit. And so Mount Juliet obviously is more dense in population, which has helped them grow at a quicker rate, amongst other reasons as well. Being closer to Nashville is a very big deal. But Lebanon, has a unique character to it, an older charm, if you will, and being more spread out and having those larger lots and, that's still part of our culture here. People want those, 1 acre plus lots, and that's a big deal.
Well, what's next?
So we're happy to be all about Wilson County.
And I'm happy to have been invited today. So thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome. We are here to actually talk about economic impact, but the main reason we're here is to talk about Lebanon's Small Business Week, Business Appreciation Week, April 28th through May 4th. The celebration of our small business community during
that's next week. Right?
Next week. Yeah. So it's coming up. So we wanted to come on and talk a little bit about it and about what's going to be happening. There will be small business bucks. You can pick those up at the main branch at Wilson Bank and Trust at any time. So there are over $1,500 there at that bank, and then those will be distributed. This time they are $5 bucks. So typically in the fall we do a larger amount, but for this time it is $1,500. But we want you to go by and pick up those bucks and go to our local businesses and our small businesses that have worked really hard to, as Sarah would say, for that character. I mean, they are the lifeblood of our community, and we want people to shop with them.
And these are free for the asking while they last? Is that
free? That's right.
Yeah, basically it's free money. So it's a way for the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, the City of Lebanon, and Wilson Bank and Trust to say we support small businesses. And during Small Business Appreciation Week, we wanted to put more money into the economy. So you as a consumer go pick up your free money from Wilson Bank and Trust at the main branch, and then you can spend that in the local businesses here, and they'll accept it as money. Mm-hmm. And so it's a little discount to encourage you to shop local. And then Melanie is instrumental in helping them get their money back. So the businesses aren't losing money thanks to Wilson Bank and Trust.
That's right. That is correct.
All of it is actually coming from the bank. They're funding this, so they're the one they're giving this to spur things here.
That's right, and then they help us with marketing. But Sarah and I will be out and about next week, out visiting all of our businesses that we can. If you're interested in being a part of that, just simply call the chamber at 615-444-5503, because we don't want to miss anybody that wants us to come out and be around and take photos, because like Sarah said, it is an impact to our community, and we are thankful that they want to be entrepreneurs and small businesses.
Yeah, and Maribel has set aside some time to go with us too, and we'll have some goodies to distribute.
Yes, we will.
So we'll have some nice conversation and thank them, but also we'll give them a little treat. So,
all right. We need to take a break right here. We're talking Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce this morning, and we'll continue in a moment on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And now let's check back in with Commander Chuck and on-time traffic. Let's see what's happening out there on the roadways. Traffic brought to you by Bates Ford, located at 1673 West Main Street. They got the oil change special going on, up to 5 quarts of oil plus disposal, $39.95 plus tax. And you can give them a call at 444-8221. And now here's Commander Chuck.
Good morning. That earlier crash in the Brentwood area has traffic still slow go. They crashed there on 65 northbound near Concord Road. That's why it's been slow coming up through Williamson County. All it did was aggravate that heavy morning rush hour traffic that's trying to get up through there anyway on 65 northbound. Again, it's pretty slow up by Cool Springs. Traffic still heavy over here on 24 westbound as you come in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County up through Antioch, wrapping up that crash 24 east. It's right near Briley Parkway as traffic starts to slow again. 65 south there at Trinity Lane. Princess Hot Chicken has new items on a new menu. Check it out today. Order online, princesshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The cozy warmth after coming in from a chilly, pink-cheeked morning walk. The perfect man cave temperature to kick back and watch the big game. When the weather turns cold, a new Rheem heating system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Feel year-round comfort with a new HVAC system installed by the pros at Randy's Heat and Air. We're the local team you can trust. Call Randy's Heat and Air today at 615-237-3604.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
We thank you for joining us, Coleman and Company, here on a Thursday morning. We're featuring the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Melanie Minter's here. We also have Sarah Hasten from the city of Lebanon, and we're getting a job done, whatever that means.
We're always getting the job done.
Yes.
That's right.
That's funny.
When Melanie comes, I don't know exactly which direction we're heading in, but I just depend on her to guide us through. So that's where we are.
Well, I think an important thing to talk about, and then we'll come back to the Small Business Week and our Small Business Appreciation and the way we're thanking the businesses here in Lebanon. We can start with the chamber and talk about our ribbon cuttings that are coming up because they like to, everybody in town likes to know what all the new things are happening and where they can go and meet and greet. So Provision Health Solutions ribbon cutting is at 11 a.m. on May the 2nd at the chamber office. May the 5th is a Sunday. It's reopen and ribbon cutting for Partlow Chapel. Mike's Foodland ribbon cutting, 10 a.m. on Thursday, May 9th. And Empowered Health and Chiropractic ribbon cutting, 4 p.m. on Tuesday, May 14th. And, just remembering Partlow Chapel, that all goes back to 2020 with the tornado and everything. It's just kind of hard to believe that it's 2024 and they're just getting back over to where they started.
It was nice to have Jason and his family out here back, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, and we told everybody a little bit about this. And so then what's the date on that again?
It's May 5th.
Okay.
May 5th is from 2 to 4.
But that's a week from Sunday.
That's a week from Sunday is correct. Yeah.
And I know it used to be Al's Foodland, and now it's Mike's.
That is correct.
Mike has had it for a while, but it's taken him a while to get ready for this, I guess. But that'll probably be something really big, too.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be. We also want to invite everyone to look into the future, Part 2, Broadband and Utilities. And that is a partnership between Wilson County, Mayor Wilson County's office, Mayor Hutto's office. It's presented by Middle Tennessee Electric and the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce, and it will be located at College Hills Church of Christ. So we're helping his office to make sure that people learn more about utilities and broadband within the county. And that is actually, the date is April 30th at 7:30 a.m. Winfrey Bryant will be in school. I think they start at 7:30, so we want to make sure everyone comes a little bit early for the school traffic. But they'll talk about the future. Mayor Hutto's representatives from local utilities and broadband providers for a moderated panel discussion, so they will be there. There'll be networking and light breakfast beginning at 7:30 and a panel discussion from 8 to 9:30. So if you want to RSVP for this event, then you can contact Wilson County Mayor's office or email Susan Shaw at SuSu@wilsoncountytn.gov.
That's a great event. This is the second time that Mayor Hutto's done this. The first one was all the mayors spoke from Watertown, Lebanon, and Mount Juliet, and this one, it'll be the utilities department. And it's just to kind of let everyone know all the efforts that have been going on around the county to upgrade as we've had all this growth. And so it's a good opportunity for people to come in and hear that information. There's no cost to attend either.
There's no cost. Yes, it's definitely a free event. And you can also call the chamber too, if that's easy, at 615-444-5503. And we'll just want reservations because we will be having a light breakfast and networking that morning.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Free breakfast.
Wilson County Young Professionals. Wilson County Young Professionals. So that's 8 a.m. on Friday, May 3rd at the chamber office. So we have a great group there, and they like to share ideas and talk about things that are happening throughout Wilson County and in Lebanon. So we do invite you to attend if you are 40 and under. I am not allowed to go to that meeting but that's okay. Sometimes Kitty lets me in. But it's a great group. They have a lot of fun. They get to meet and greet each other, and it's just another great networking opportunity that they may not have had if it had not been that we offered that. And I want to thank Kenny Salas for being a part of that. Women in the Lead, Perfectly Imperfect. So we do not want to miss out on that if you are a woman. 11:30 to 1, Friday, May 3rd. It is at Sammy B's restaurant where we usually have it. There are usually 50 to 60 people that network. So we do have Nikki Jones, who is helping us coordinate that project for Women in the Lead, and we're really excited about it. The guest speaker is Stephanie Richardson, and her goal is to add value to your life so you walk away with specific action steps you can take to empower yourself, improve your business results, and help you move you closer to where you want to be. So that's been a really good program for us. We have had that for quite a bit of time now, and so we're really excited to have that program as well at the Chamber. And then we are also a partner with Wheels and Heels at the Nashville Super Speedway. So we invite women to come there. There are several panelists that will be there that day. It will be over at the Nashville Super Speedway. So just wanted to let everybody know that. There will be a New York Times best-selling author that's a speaker and podcaster. Michelle Boykin, of COO of Rackley Roofing, NASCAR driver, female, Logan, and then Amber Anderson, which is an MC and co-host of Amazon's Music City Heat Weekly podcast. Catherine Sutherland, actress, known for a portrayal of Kay Hillard, the second Pink Power Ranger, and moderator Katie Myers, director of marketing at Nashville Super Speedway. So we do invite all. We are a part of that as a chamber, and it's going to be a pretty fun event.
Doesn't really have anything to do with auto racing, does it? But that must be a good place to have
There's a female race car driver. Come on, Coleman.
Yeah. I mean,
the City of Lebanon is a sponsor of that event as well.
It is.
We're excited to be a part of it.
City, National Super Speedway.
Wheels and Heels.
Yeah. So basically what it goes down to is Sarah and I get to partnership a lot together, and that's what we love to do. The City of Lebanon, the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. It's just a way that we can help our community and make it better and give better quality of life to the people around us. So
let me throw this out here for a second here. Sarah, you're recruiting business and industry all the time. I mean, that's pretty much your job. How important is a live, thriving, active, vibrant Chamber of Commerce?
Very important. So as you said, I'm out there recruiting new business, which is a big part of my job. But what good is it to bring new business if you don't have a thriving business community? We have to sustain what we have. Mm-hmm. It's very important. And people want to come to communities where others are already successful. And one of the things that really makes Lebanon unique is the people here and the businesses we have here. There have been times that we've been recruiting a company and we walk them right into a business and introduce them, and they'll take over the sales pitch. You know, that's a big part of it, is having successful businesses here. And the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce is a big part of that. Being a part of that community helps grow your business, helps build your network. They give training and tools all the time to help you grow. So I encourage you, if you're not a part of that group, you really need to. In fact, we've just sent her 2 new leads this past week of vendors that we work with that are doing stuff in our community that we thought, hey, you really need to be a part of our chamber. And so we pushed them her way. So it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we covered all the events that you had? Are there any left we have yet to go to talk about?
There's one more. I just did want to mention, since Sarah said that we do strive at the Chamber to make sure that after the businesses come in and Sarah notifies us and we go out to the businesses, we thank them for being a part of and wanting to be a part of our community. And that's just something that I feel like that we do have that relationship, that we are able to help each other when we need to help each other, and we are there for the community and the businesses.
Yeah.
And to Sarah's point, we just want to make sure that we continue that.
Right.
And anybody that has any ideas for us or there's something that we do not offer, you're welcome to come and meet with me and talk to me. We do want to make sure that we are giving that quality of life to everyone that's here, businesses and the individuals that move to Lebanon and Wilson County.
What's last on your list?
Last on my list, I don't want to say it's last, and then we'll come back to, because we really want to talk about the Small Business Week, is our best all-around student athlete with guest speaker Tennessee Titans Colton Dow. This event is 11:30 to 1 on Friday, May the 10th at Cumberland University's Baird Chapel. This is where the Lebanon Wilson County Chamber of Commerce Sports Council Division, which is Vice Chair Philip Vance from First Freedom Bank, will hold the Best All-Around Athlete of the Year luncheon. It is where one female and one male athlete from each high school in Wilson County are nominated by their athletic director or coach. And then from those nominees, they are chosen from their athletic directors, and we give them a sponsorship, scholarship.
Yeah.
$1,500. And then if you go to Cumberland University, Cumberland will match that $1,500. So we get that by doing our 15th annual Two Rivers Forward Open Bass Tournament, which is hosted by our Sports Council.
So we're really talking about possible $2,000-$3,000 scholarships if they go to
That is
Cumberland.
correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. But of course the big deal is too, we'll have all the athletes there. So even though, they will be chosen every school, public and private, chooses one. So we have all of them there. We invite the athletic directors and the coaches. But to have Colton Dow say he's the wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, to have him there with us and to give encouragement to those young athletes, we're very excited about. And I just want to mention that he's 6'3", 212-pound, passes a unique blend of size, speed, ball skills that create opportunity to compete in the NFL level. So we are happy to say that he is a Lebanon native, and we are happy to have him at this event. So
He'll probably have some ideas about how the Titans are going to do next year.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Well, we've come to the end of our time, believe it or not. Melanie, always good to have you. Thanks for being with us this morning. Sarah, good to see you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Y'all keep up the good work.
We will.
All right.
Lebanon Small Business Week, April 28th, May 4th. Please pick up your bucks at the main branch of Wilson Bank and Trust beginning today.
All right. Thank you very much. That's it for a Thursday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for Coleman & Company. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.